Hello everyone, no respawns here, hope you're doing well. So I am in the Toxic Valley, which is one of my... Oh, actually, I keep saying this everywhere is my favourite area, but this is an area I like. I like the atmosphere of the Toxic Valley. It's very, well, cheerful. Plus, it's very easy for building because it's nighttime, but there's light everywhere. So I have to wait about the morning, which is super helpful. So what I want to do, because this is a semi-dangerous area, I'm going to try... I've already kind of tried to make it, but I'm going to make a sort of fortress stroke house, or it's a house with a fort bit in it. I haven't decided. Definitely, shall we say, a better name when you guys have watched this. So I'll actually have thought a better, slightly semi-decent name. But for now, effectively, this is going to be a sort of shack with... Basically, I wanted a kind of a secure cabin that's kind of got a walled farm area bolted on is kind of vaguely the plan. I might get attacked, by the way, so apologies in advance for that. I'll have to just kind of quickly scuttle out if I do. This is quite a big spawning area for things like the Grafton monster. I actually don't want to be that close to the radiation. The Grafton monster. Basically, am I fine here? Basically, let's just find a check. Yeah, I wanted to make it so when I was in my house. But yeah, so the Grafton monster spawns here, as well as some snallygasters. But to be honest, they're actually pretty, because they're only level 30 and I'm level 50 something, so it's cool. Yeah, so I was kind of like, the idea is I wanted a fort as such, but it's less of a fort and more of, why is that? It's literally because of that. Oh, what a ball bag, really? Fuck's sake. It's alright, we'll just have it just next to this. But yeah, no. So I wanted something that kind of was a secure homestead with kind of like a walled off area for food. That was kind of my main concern. Okay, and then it needs to go here, right, yeah. And is it going to go like this? So it's going to be quite, we're still at the stage where there's little things that I could probably do in Fallout 4 that I can't do in this, and it's really infuriating. But it is what it is, I guess. But it is a bit of a ball ache. So, for example, everything needs to be on a foundation, and I can't kind of freehand walls. I was going to make kind of one step thick, like one kind of board thick walls that I've made before in Fallout 4, and then you kind of freehand and kind of block up the ends. But I can't actually do that on this, which is fucking annoying. But it is what it is. Well, I'm still going to complain, but you know what I mean. What else? Okay. So basically, this is going to be the area where we crops and stuff are planted, and we've obviously still got loads of water out here, but it should look decent-ish. I'm really because they've I might do it once they've got a bit more definitive details of like specific elements. I'll probably do a video, for example, when they do the distillery one. But once we actually start getting new building elements, I'm gonna be quite excited because I kind of get remembering in Fallout 4 we did obviously have to wait for ages until we had anything. But in the same vein, I really want more building stuff now, please. Plocks, Bethesda, plocks. So basically, this is where going to be my food's going to be, and that's the actual house. So that's where I live. This is going to be my walls, and I'm going to have a tower as well. It's going to be a whole thing. I think it should look all right. I hope. I'm conscious the walls are going to look boring, but I'm going to be adding texture to the walls, you see. So please forgive me temporarily while the walls look boring. Don't worry. Calm your tits, basically. And give me a mo while I make them less shit looking. See, just when you're inside there, you won't get a radiated, so it's all sexy. Don't worry, there'll be textures on the walls, yeah? Fuck's sake. Quit your panicking. I can hear you panicking. Right, okay. Oh, is that just outside the build area? Come on, let me place that. Whoa! Yes! Alright, good. Yeah, it looks super blank, but don't worry. I've got plans, yeah? I've thought this all ahead, yeah? Vaguely. I mean to an extent, yeah, you know what I mean? It's a bit... okay, let's just pop a stairs. Boop. And before I forget... stairs for here too. So you can have a nice little big farm area, but it's going to be safe, yeah? That's the vague plan. It looks super blank right now. But that is why we add texture. All about the texture. Yeah, no, I'm getting antsy for new building elements of Fallout 76. Because I've got loads of, like, ideas that I effectively can't make. Or I can, but it will just be the same structure and over and over again. I don't really want to do that. Right, so next we do the thing first. Yeah, alright, okay, so we'll do the thing next. Stairs. I have to get this right. Let's have it here. So it's all... That was the one I had. Is that one I had? That was the one I had, but I can flip it around. Cool, right. Don't worry. Don't you worry. I've got this all planned out, yeah? But yeah, I'm looking forward to when we get new bits, basically. I need new bits! Right, okay. Firstly, we need floors. And we put them there first. Am I going to have it doubles? Yeah, why not? Why not? Actually have it facing that way. So floors work. And then singles. And we go. And we go. I'll go on that way. Actually, I can just do it this way. We'll have... I can either have a corner... No, we'll just have a thin, because I want it to feel like it's walkways, basically, is the plan. And here is going to have a slightly bigger one. I've been sitting around, basically, planning this for an hour or two. Just like, right, it's going to look weird at first, but if everyone just is patient, it should look round. Cool, and then ishk. It's very important to make sure I've got the like the one floor bit. Everything has to be in the right place, basically, or it'll look stupid. Right, and then we do the roof. I say roof like that as well, because, you know, that's what a normal person does. Wrong way. Cool. Oh, it's getting morning as well, look at that. Gorgeous. This area actually looks really, really nice at night. So it's looking quite, as it's quite samey and ugly now. But don't you worry. The reason why my storage is so massive is, obviously, many of you know, I have, like, a million stuff. So what we want... Oh, no! Is that on the edge? It's gonna do a thing. So I might have to quickly shunt this. Can I just... I can probably snap another one in, actually, and not have to do everything I was gonna do a million times over. So I want, like, a tower. Okay, pop it out there. It's fine, I could just drop this here. It's cool. So I can just take this one off here. Yeah, thank fuck for that. That is one of the more... As those of you who do lots of building know that is probably the most fiddly element in the game right there. And I was like, oh, I'm going to have to record the whole thing again. I wouldn't have been happy, but it's fine. Although it might have just been patched a bit, maybe, potentially. I don't really know. Maybe, I don't rightly know. I could have one. No, I'm going to have one tower. I was thinking of having several towers, but, yeah, it'll probably look shit, basically. So we're not going to do that. Cool. Right, alright. So the tower's going to be here instead. Which means like that. And then like that. I think it needs to be bigger. Can you just give me stairs? Will that fit? Let's have it pointing that way, just because I want to be picky. Come on. Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, wait, no, there's not a board. That's why I need a board there first. Right, there we go. I just want it facing that way. There we go. Right, alright. So now we've got all the walls set up now. Looks quite nice. We're going to have lots of pillars supporting it, so it's going to look quite cool using the technique that I showed people in the last video. But let's do a wee tower here first, which means also we need to put the stuffs on in order. Off we go. So this is where we start adding texture to the bottoms so it looks not shit. I mean, that's the plan anyway. Holding out hope that it doesn't look crap. Cool, right, now let's go around the front. Close the menu down, and then go around the front. It's gorgeous weather, though. Beautiful. Love it. Bit of global warming with nuclear weapons. Gives you a nice sunrise. So, swings and roundabouts, basically. Ba-bump. And there we go. The reason being I want to snap these is because I'm going to snap some pillars down. It's just going to be like a little raised tower that just kind of pokes off the edge. But I obviously don't want it looking shit. Floors, and I'll have this one as like that, just to mix up the texture a bit. And now we want polars, so we want you not to do that. And that. And that. And that. I think I do it this order. Oh, I think I'll have to snap it this one like this. I could just wait, but it's fine. Oh, my budget's been exceeded. I always do this and not realise. Any turrets I can get rid of? Just get rid of the expensive stuff. Don't mind me, it's fine. I shouldn't have scrapped that, actually, because I might have the resources for it. We'll be fine. We'll just get rid of some of the roofs as well. This is what happens when you store up everything. You end up having the budget all ball-ached, but it's fine. Right, okay. There we go. Right. Okay. Now, let's put the pillars in. I'm conscious I'm going to have to... I probably won't show you me placing all of the pillars, because of the ball ache. But the reason why, if you didn't watch the last video, these will not snap. They'll always snap in a really silly place, like on the edges, right, like in the middle. So how you force them to snap on the corners is actually put a half wall, and then you can just sort of snap it like that. I'm wondering whether this is actually going to snap in or not. I might have to put the pillars on a different order. I can do that one, though. I might have to. Let's see. Hopefully, it's not going to be the dick. And I can just take those off. It basically is the only way. It's basically just really poorly designed. Let's be honest, Bethesda. You really poorly designed the pillars. And that is... Oh, yeah. Okay, so we can snap on afterwards. Cool. I was really worried. Order is also a massively important thing. So yeah, I just wanted kind of like a little bit of a raised area. I'll kind of surround that in a sec. But now let's put all of my railings on. I'm going to have another one here as well. Floors. It's just about kind of adding texture. And exactly what you just did again. So we're going to have... It's about adding detail. Snap in there, a bit of lag there, son. Thank you. Don't worry, there's all these ugly bits as well. The texture. That is the name of the game. Right, so let's just do all the railings now. Yeah, so you're kind of getting an idea of what I did. And also, the reason I chose this area, one was because it looks cool. I like the Toxic Valley. But also, like, this is where you find a lot of the kind of Civil War forts, which is kind of like for RP-wise what I was thinking, effectively. Was like, oh, okay, this is where all the pre-war, all the forts are. So this is where I would build a fort. That was the plan. There's that big guy around. I do sometimes have it where I can't snap railings on. I'll probably just fiddle with those right in the decoration phase, so you guys have to see me dick around for 20 minutes. It's probably just something stupid. Or worst case scenario, I will literally just put something there. It's probably just like order or something, and I can snap it in afterwards. So just ignore that. And there's another gap over there. There's another one there. I think it's to do with that. I'll figure that out in a sec. Okie dokie. Right, let's do the doorways, and we'll do the pillars, and then I'll do the text from the outside, and then you can... I'll bugger off, and we'll do the rest decoration bits and all that jazz. Oh, hello. Hello. Right, okay. So basically, right, we've done most of it now. So what I want to do is I mentioned I want... I can probably do a lot of the pillars actually now without having to... Yeah, a lot of them are going to be fine. Actually, I don't think I'm going to have to do many of them, which is cool. Yeah, this looks good. Should I have done that? I think I might have actually. Oh, well, I've already committed to it now. I've already committed to it looking like that. So let's, right, actually, I'll take that one out. And we'll do it how the other ones work. So it will be a corner. Doesn't really matter, does it? Come on, get in there, you bull bag. And you. Come on, sorry. Thank you. And voila. Off you go. Don't suppose I can snap a little one in there, can I? Sometimes you can. Sometimes you can't, so I can't. And I'm going to put a few more in. So this is where we want to snap then, because we want one to look not stupid. So you can do the corners quite straightforward. Cool. Yeah. I think this is what kind of how making this look good works. Is you just got to kind of think, right, where do I want you? So like I want one probably, yeah, definitely there. And I think that's it on the pillars. I'm going to add some texture on the outside a bit, because right now it probably looks really... Now we want to kind of break up the texture on the outside. So what can I do? The main plan, honestly, is just to kind of do these little... these bits. Where are the floors? Walls, not floors. What are you doing about? So basically, like, just kind of pop floors on. And then do, like, little... things like this, and I'm also going to mix up the texture so they look a bit different. And then we snap on there we go, and then we can also put one of these walls in. Can I? Nah, it's fine. It's just kind of like breaking it up. That could do with one there, actually, as well. We'll put one there, too. I keep thinking... I think it's frogs behind me. I hear something. Something's going to murder me any second. Ah, come on. Get in there. Attaboy. Right. Okay. I've nearly, like... It's going to say I can't play stuff any second now. Okay, I'm going to add a few more. I don't know if I need to, but I will. And then I'm going to kind of add a bit more and decorate the inside of it. So you can see kind of what I was aiming with all this, as well as I'm going to try and fix these little gaps here. Anyway, give me a wee bit. Right, so here we go. I decided to kind of dial my decoration back a little bit. One, because it's quite a big area. And two, because I'm probably going to tear this down in a few days and build something else. Because that's the nature of making loads of build videos and only having one build area to use at a time. However, I'm reasonably pleased with it. I think I could ultimately probably do better on Fallout 4. Obviously, given the tools available. For Fallout 76, I'm kind of seeing what I can do. So I do have these two little water purifiers outside. Sorry for the dead dudes, but I got attacked. Which just gives me a little bit of water. And I see I could have added wee bits. I figured that out, by the way. For whatever reason, it just didn't like the fact it was a single wall. So I've added wee bits there to add a little bit more texture. And the same on this side. It looks better at night time just because of the way it's lit up, which is quite cool. It just lit up generally because of the area, which is quite grand. So let's pop in. It's quite wholesome inside. The thing is, with Fallout 76, I've mentioned this several times before, just to reinforce it, is the way you decorate in this and the way everything looks very player-made. And I think that's the only issue with a lot of the structures that we can make right now. Outside of maybe my little camp area, that kind of my main normal base that I have. Is the fact is that the whole area does look very player-made due to the style of structures available, which is fine. And it's kind of a style that I think it's better to just kind of embrace it and go, all right, if it's going to look player-made, I might as well make it, you know, cool player-made. But I think because we played Fallout 4 for like 2.5 years, it was quite nice to be able to make things hyper-realistic, and I do hope we get that eventually with Fallout 76. Let's pop in here. Got my wee bedroom, all very, very nice. The actual glow from outside means that this actually has quite a little bit of NAS energy inside, which is quite cool. As I said, we've got all the farms down here too. So I'm due to the placement, it wouldn't let me put things in rows. So what I did instead is I was like, right, everything's just going to be kind of messy, and it just looked like a kind of random assorted garden. And then we've got bits and pieces again. I did max out my build limit on it. That's another thing. I'm almost certain that build limit increases are coming, because they've obviously increased so much of other stuff as well, and it wouldn't exactly be too much of an ask just to give me, say, half again extra, but we will see. But yeah, I hope this gives you a few ideas of, like, for example, making something a little bit more secure. I think, to be honest, I really, really wish we had the ability to place 2 camps, because something like this is how I want my base, and I want to play around with the idea a little bit more. But the problem is, because obviously I want to do at least 1 build video a week, I'm kind of stuck. So Bethesda, basically, give me a second option. Or I could just play on my other character for a bit, which I might actually do, and then just sort of just alternate between the two. It might make it a bit easier. Anyway, as always, follow me on Twitter at norespawns. I've got, because obviously we're now left the kind of early year dirge of, so all the games are basically coming out. I've got a few CD keys of games that are not yet released that I'm going to be doing some videos on them, which would be quite cool, kind of India games, but stuff that you've possibly heard of, as well as there's some AAAs that I want to start playing as well. So hopefully we've got interesting things afoot. But until that point, you guys enjoy the rest of your week. You take care.